Crit This presents Scrolls and Swords, a one-page RPG system reskinned from 1/7 Design's Lasers and Feelings one-page RPG. Your GM is David Schimpf. Music is by Adrian Kellis. So, we're beginning. Here is our map of the existing game world. The empty hexes are not empty spaces. They are just places that have not been visited or discovered or invented yet. You are all currently right here. That's Lore Keep. Am I pointing at Lore Keep?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. Yay. So the situation where you find yourself in is you are in the... what is it? The Tricentennial Bardic Tournament, where the victor of the Tricentennial Bardic Tournament has actually been abducted by gobloons in the midst of his or of her star performance of her encore after a colossal deathworm kind of ended up really sort of ruining the party and trying to steal the Sword of Scrolls, which, you know, is not a very nice thing for a colossal deathworm to really do. In any case, the rising action as we bring the curtain up is that Scott Wolverine is being whisked away by these gobloons in their wheeled ships. In their wheeled pirate ships. So they are heading up north through the Humpacious Hillocks towards the Goblin Fortress, which I have not yet named. So who wants to throw out some names for the Goblin Fortress, or the Gobloon Fortress rather?
Gobloon Fortress.
I already named two things.
Tell me a little more about these gobloons.
Well, these gobloons, they're kind of like land pirates. So they say stuff like ahoy, and they keep people for ransom, and they shipwreck other traveling caravans. But their telltale sign that that they're arriving is the immense dust clouds that their wheeled ships send up behind them. Yeah.
How about just the dry docks then?
Dry dock sounds pretty cool.
Ooh,
that seems like the gobloons are straight. They're not gonna get all fancy with their name.
I like that. The dry docks. All right, so they are now called the Dry Docks.
Doubles piece.
All right, so Scott, it's so easy to address you because your character name is your playing name.
It's really easy.
Scott, you come to in the. If you remember, you were taken by the head gobloon, and you are in his triple-masted, wheeled man-o'-war. So you are surrounded by other people taken from the party. You are all sort of chained to the wall, and you just sort of find yourself in kind of a strange position because you hear all these sailing noises, but you don't there's no water, and it's kind of a
just rolling around.
Yeah, you're not seasick.
Yeah,
you may be a little like wagon sick, but
I see. Roads are car sick.
Yeah.
Jostled.
So what's something that you think you should be doing?
Well, am I chained up or am I locked in a room?
I mean, you are chained up, but I mean, exactly how do you think you might get out of these chains if you so desired?
Who's around me and what's around me?
Oh, just the other captured people. The rest of the gobloons are up on deck.
Well, I think I could try to sing a song to convince the chains to unlock themselves.
Oh.
Sing a really cool song.
Okay. That sounds good. So, obviously you're an expert at singing songs, so that'll give you 2d6. Unfortunately, because you're chained up, you don't have access to your awesome Fury Harp.
That's
so
true.
you won't get that preparedness dice.
Yeah.
So give me that 2d6 roll and let me know.
Just acapella.
Oh, let's see. You're probably trying to roll You're probably trying to roll swords because this is sort of a more passionate action. I'm guessing you're trying to appeal to these chains.
Oh, I thought I was trying to do a magical action.
Yeah, sure. So how would this? You're trying to use the magic of song to do this?
Yeah, always try to use the power of convincing song.
It sounds good.
So use the magic of music.
All right. Let's see.
Appealing to the intellect of these chains.
Let's see how good the magic of music is.
Okay. I rolled 2 4s.
You rolled 2 4s, and what is your number?
My 4, so it's scroll of swords.
So you get 2 scrolls of swords.
So I don't win, right?
You don't win, but you get to ask me 2 questions.
Okay.
You want to take a moment to think?
No, I think I have one. Where's the engine room of the ship?
The engine room of the ship is probably in the back.
In the back, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Also, what is the goblin or the Gabloon's leader's favorite song?
Oh man, the Gabloon's leader's favorite song is yes. The Gabloon leader's favorite song is Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Useful to know. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you, Aidan.
Okay.
So we'll cut away from you there as you're sort of realizing these various things. Jermaine, you're coming back up from the basement. You've saved these sort of scrolls, but Scott's missing. Taken by the those filthy piratey gobloons.
Your precious brother.
And your
sister. God.
Your precious brother is entrenched in his marriage proposals and the wedding planning with Princess
I'm not
Cupperbutt.
shocked, but Princess Cupperbutt. I don't remember which one of us named her that.
Yeah. I think that might have been Russell that named her.
It probably was.
He was the one that was trying to get with that.
Yes.
Anything that moves.
Damn it, Scotty. She's just always getting into trouble. Just the youngest, just always.
If only I was there to defend myself.
Yep.
Leave me alone for 1 minute. I know. And look what happens.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll have to go after her.
Well, there are all these great party guests along with you that managed to stand their ground.
I'm gonna stand up on an amplifier. Excuse me, gentle partygoers. Fortunately, the queen of our party tonight, dangerous bard Scott Wolverine, has been taken by gobloons. Who of you would come with me and rescue our sweet, sweet songbird?
I will.
That's right. So, Ainsley Kinkajou?
Oh yeah.
How do you,
Can of pork and beans flaming. Declaring my intention to join your party.
All right.
And
Do
then,
any other voices raise?
so over in the corner where the punch is being served, a man in a Technicolor Lion dream robe looks up and says, he's going over Proverbs.
You mean you?
Yeah, I do, but I'm speaking in quasi third person for a moment because it's my intro. And says, "I'll join this righteous quest."
Quest.
Oh, damn it, this guy owed money.
Alright.
Looking at you.
Alright. Please, anyone else? Any other brave souls who'd go after my dearly beloved sister?
It's the best meeting in a tavern kind of opening ever.
Right?
Just calling out heroes.
Come on,
Sending out
suicide
a-
quest, everyone.
A shower of sparks from my whiskey wand.
Everyone gets slightly tipsy.
Whoa, it's been years.
Now, are there any other voices that are raised? Going once. Going twice.
Going 3 times a day.
Going 3 times. All right. No other voices are raised. So, the criminal wizard and the righteous priest each step up and shout their intention to join you.
Righteous.
The king, hearing of your desperate plan, offers you his own personal royal carriage and his very fancy fleet of horses.
Fancy.
Quite fancy. They have their own little top hats.
Nice.
And like
Yeah.
hooves made of gold.
Yes.
With white manes flowing.
Oh, of course.
Cotton candy mane.
But like,
Quite kind.
sort of like the horse's mane
Actual
color is
cotton,
black, so their white manes kind of give them that like reverse tuxedo look. With the-
yes.
Pretty classy.
Very nice.
I like it.
Indeed. These horses in this carriage should be able to catch just about anything on land.
You're too kind, sire.
We will
Of
make
course.
wicked haste.
God be with you.
Yes, I'm sure one of them will be. This wedding is going to bankrupt me. All right, so he sends you off to his stables where the magnificent royal coach awaits, along with the fleet of horses, which should probably be classified as actually a herd, a significantly sized herd of horses to draw this carriage that will take it at amazing speeds.
Onward! It shouldn't be hard to follow them.
Indeed, there is a dust trail leading you right to them. So
I'm gonna jump
Alright.
on the biggest horse.
Godspeed.
Yeah!
So the horses in front, probably one of the ones that you're riding, rear back and kick open the gates of Keep Dry and race northward up towards the Humpacious Hillocks,
Oh my.
towards the dry docks.
All right, go
Right.
right. Try dogs.
Indeed. Yes, so there's this frantic race, and returning to Scott Wolverine.
I think that these cuffs are starting to chafe a little bit. Getting a little bit perturbed.
Oh, of course.
A little bit unchuffed. De-chuffed. So, I'm gonna look around and see who's around me and say, hey guys. So, you guys come here often?
You get a few head shakes. One person though, he looks very, blissfully happy. He says, "Yes, I'm here all the time, Monday
Oh, yeah.
through Friday."
Oh, cool. What should I order?
Oh, they all service the same stuff.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
mealy waffles.
That's mealy waffles. Mealy waffles. I'm more of a pancake kind of girl.
Well,
Yeah.
it's what they give us. You could try asking for something different.
Maybe I will.
Who knows? Maybe they'll institute a Pancake Tuesday.
What's your name, deranged man?
My name is Deranged Man.
Deranged man.
Yes.
Wow, what a guess.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey there. Can I tell you DM?
Why
I
not?
tell you the DM. All right. You're the DM. Hey, do you know the song "Highway to Hell"?
Oh my guess.
Yeah.
Of course.
I heard that people on here really like it, and they'll give you extra mealy waffles if you sing it.
Really?
Yeah, we should all sing it.
Extra mealy waffles.
Yeah, you could.
Extra waffles and extra noodles.
I mean, yes, what I said was ambiguous, but you could propose to have either extra mealy waffles, as in put more mealiness in them, or you could have more waffles that are mealy,
I see.
greater number. Your choice. You just got to sing "Highway to Hell" with me.
Well, that sounds like a great plan, but I don't know, my singing voice isn't that great. I don't have that confidence. I'll probably need some sort of dice roll to get me to do it.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I believe in you, and I think you have a beautiful voice, and I think everyone here has a beautiful voice. We can all sing really well. Let me be your conductor.
Okay, well that sounds like a passionate action, so you're gonna be rolling swords.
Okay.
So you're trying to roll over your number.
Well, I'm an expert, so
Indeed, you are indeed an expert about singing.
yes, and I can conduct with my hands that are my little fingers that are available.
That sounds fair. So you can give yourself that preparedness dice as well.
Thank you. All right. I got a scroll of swords, and then no successes otherwise.
So a scroll of swords and two failures.
No successes. Yes.
All right. Was it a scroll of swords and two failures though?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So yes, you managed to sway your fingers in such a way, but the restriction causes people to sort of not be able to pick up exactly what you're doing And then the rocking of the land ship sort of throws off your conducting. So all of a sudden, there's just this cacophony of people singing, and some of them are trying to get there. They're like, "I'm on a highway to heck."
Yeah, right.
And some of them don't really want to curse, so they're all you get this. You get these interchanging lyrics coming in.
Watermelon.
I'm gonna tell them you guys can cuss. God, the blues love cussing.
Yes, and disheveled man just starts singing, "The wheels on the land ship go round and round and round and
no, it's
round."
wrong. You are singing very poorly, DM.
Well, it's really difficult
You
to
fail music class.
I'm so ashamed I'll never sing again.
Oh no!
Use the shame to motivate.
So what question would you like to ask me?
What does every gabloon love the most?
Every gabloon loves doubloons the most, obviously.
Doubloons the most.
Of course.
Okay. All right.
In pairs.
In pairs, a pair of doubloons.
Pairs of doubloons.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes,
That works.
There's nothing that a gabloon hates more than the odd doubloon.
Ah, okay. So they're a little bit obsessive.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, you guys are in pursuit. You're trying to perform music lessons in the in this situation. What is Claudia up to in her ranger situation?
Stuff and things.
Being a ranger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eating peanut butter in the corner.
Sounds fair.
Exploring the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Every kind.
All right.
Aidan
Well,
with
as you
peanut
are sitting in your ranger cabin and sampling the various types of peanut butter you have created, your cabin in the Humpacious Hillocks, a stampede of horses just goes by your little cabin, just underneath it, and it is being maybe not whipped viciously, but driven on by this magnificently drunken wizard in these with a squirrel shooting laser beams out of its eyes, and in some of the foregrounds of the horses themselves, riding on multiple backs at once, you see another wizard who is who's looking quite sort of shady, despite being in full sunlight. And you sort of feel an instinctive kinship to that wizard out front. And then, of course, in the back, reading from a voluminous book, is this man in this Technicolor lion?
Yeah, with little lions, and they're also reading scripts. Some of them are writing.
So this Technicolor lion
There's
coat
remarkable detail.
Yeah,
with
one is napping, but he's kind of a loser.
yes, with these
The pin's
all
still in his
sorts of. Indeed, so you all are passing this ranger cabin on your way to capture or to reclaim Scott Wolverine, your erstwhile bard. Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Coolest part of the land.
Yeah.
Having Solomon try and aim his laser beams at the sails of the Gabloon ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
how
indeed.
close are we?
Oh, you're catching
We're
them
fairly
up.
close.
You're getting
Close
up to
enough
like
to, to make an action to try and do something?
Absolutely. You're
Alright.
closing in on the rear ship, the slowest ship. It's like this fat little merchant van, but it's on these tiny little skateboard wheels
Right.
instead of really large wagon wheels.
Alright, I'm gonna charge up dramatically to the crest of a small hillock and put my hand to my face and survey the fleet.
All right.
I'm gonna count on my specs of necessity to let me locate which ship the imprisoned bard
I
is
see.
located on.
So let's see. That is you're using your specs to look through. So that's an extra d6. Would scouting really be an expert sort of thing for a? I'm
a criminal,
wizard?
so I'm casing the joint.
Okay. So let's give you 3 dice there. Let's see. You would be as casing. You are using precise action, I'm guessing.
Yes, it's
So
pretty precise.
let's do a scrolls then. So
Okay.
trying to roll under your number.
I've got a 1, and a 3.
Oh boy, what's your number?
4.
Okay, so that is 3 successes. That is a magnificent success. So not only do you see the main ship, the one that's has been described to you as the Gobloon King's ship, the Gobloon Pirate King. His ship has been described as such. You kind of also see, with your super spectacle vision, you see through a porthole in the side of the ship, and there you see Scott Wolverine frantically gesturing in chains.
No!
That's not how that song goes.
Alright.
He looks really, or she looks really desperate and disappointed at the same time.
Alright, guys, he's in that ship through that porthole right there.
Thanks.
So it is the king's ship is the furthest ship away in this long line of Gobloon land ships.
If only these horses could go faster.
You'll have to charge through a series of land ships, not unlike certain Mario 3 levels with the airships where you have to progress through those those
big
multitudes
cannons
of
and
riggings and such.
That's a good reference, Dave.
Indeed. So, what's everyone else doing in the pursuit action?
Burn. You should get the music.
So that would be awesome.
Yes.
We are definitely at a pace in which we will catch up on them.
Absolutely.
We're coming into the thing.
You are coming
So
into to the tail end. You have caught up in a surprisingly short amount of time. If only these other ships would just get out of your way.
And then the cage, is it like built into the ship, or is it like a loose cage?
It's not really a cage. It's actually just the
brig.
Yeah,
It's the brig. Okay.
Yeah, the Scott Wolverine is being held in the brig, and there are just various portals. One of which Ainsley managed to look through at the exact right moment to discover where Scott Wolverine was being held.
Good eye, Ainsley. Good eye.
So, do you have any sort of plan of action that you might engage in?
This is mine, isn't it?
No, it's Robert's.
Turn now. Just kidding.
No, I think it is mine, actually.
Maybe he stole it from you.
I think you did.
Okay,
I think I left mine.
that's
Well,
fair.
as long as there's a chain of custody.
Exactly, as long as we know who it went to from whom. So if you ever ask me where his charger went, I'm going to say you took it, thinking it was yours. Are you looking?
Well, I have one of his.
Are you looking for more things of yours?
Borrowing with intent to
No,
keep.
but I remember trying to charge mine here, and I remember pulling out my charger from my backpack.
Is this your charger, the black one? No,
It
okay,
looks like that.
that's fair. All right, so
Scott Wolverine trapped in the ship.
So he's trapped in the ship.
yeah, so
We're coming up.
Any thoughts, Bruce Ocelot?
Well, he's looking and he's feeling pretty righteous. And he was just going through a couple of, you find these pages that you hadn't read in a while. And in the margin, I see this little spell to summon a small miniature griffin that I might chance ride upon to go to the one that he's at. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I could summon 3 more of those griffins.
I see.
But I gotta, it's kind of dusty.
Of course.
It's a little smudged.
It's the way. I mean, obviously because the dust clouds is going to be a little tougher to read everything,
shaking.
and it's getting in your eyes occasionally, so you got to wipe them out.
Yeah, I'll have
And then of
glasses.
course, since you're in the dust cloud, the griffins will have a tough time finding you.
That's true, yeah.
So let's give you 2 dice. We would give you 3, but then you have a 1 penalty die.
Okay, fair. I'm at a 4,
Indeed.
and
so
I got a 2 and a 6.
2 and a 6. So that is 1 success and 1 failure, unfortunately.
Okay.
So what you're looking at here is you find the right spell, but you just don't have the positioning to get yourself actually into it. Like you really have to, like if you really want to get picked up by these griffins, you're gonna have to go off road with these horses.
I see.
Get away from this dust cloud that is obscuring both your ability to read the specific spell very well and the griffin's ability to find you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to go off course a bit. We're kind of gaining. I'm thinking maybe let's just keep on the course and keep the griffin in tote.
Okay.
We might need it, and we got the 1. So I mean that's 1 griffin.
Definitely, you're looking up, and there's like 1 griffin flying
Alright.
way overhead. Circling occasionally, trying
Righteous.
to keep pace.
Dodging the cannon shots.
I forgot about this.
All right, Jermaine, what are you up to?
We've got all of these wagons in our way. I'm gonna try and see if I can't get Solomon and my wand to both knock the wheels just off of this ship, just blast them off.
Okay.
Good idea.
And just see if I can't maybe get it so that it kind of capsizes to one side of the road.
If you even got one wheel in the back, it would just
yeah.
start turning circles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
All right. So let's see. You're using your laser. You're using your laser squirrel.
Yes.
Has he done precise shots like this before?
Well, considering he was able to get the colossal deathworm's brain just recently, he's feeling pretty confident.
All right. So he's
His
feeling
little
pretty up
squirrel
there.
ego is just brimming.
That sounds
It's
good.
the size of
EXP
a
bar.
basset house.
All right. So take 3 dice for that.
Okay, hold on. I just had to make a note about my enchanted fanny pack.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
forgot about that.
How many clothings do you get?
Well, it was really the rum, or the gin whiskers and the rum robes were just because I'm a drunk. But I forgot last time we defeated one particular creature by being really organized, and I
then
had
you
an
get
enchanted
something?
fanny pack.
Yeah.
I used it to befuddle it because it hated order.
Indeed.
Alright, I got 3 successes.
All right.
Nice.
3 successes. Fantastic. Yeah. So this Solomon, he just does this very thin line of laser beams, just like a sweeping shot.
proud of him.
And
So
like
proud of him.
a couple of seconds later, you see the impact of the laser striking the ground and cutting off all of the wheels on this merchantman. So all these little skateboard wheels just sort of fly off in random directions, and the fat merchantman just sort of takes a hard left and just trundles off into the Humpacious Hillocks and flips over in this fantastic Michael Bay-esque fireball.
Yes.
Whoa.
That was magical.
Mass
I thought there was
splintering.
anything on there that was flammable right away.
So much rum. Just all the incredible rum explosions.
Coming back on
Balloon
this.
rum too.
Indeed.
Wonderful.
So Claudia, there's this light that shows up in your peripheral vision as you're still probably eating these heaping spoonfuls of peanut butter.
Exactly.
And you glance over the side, and there is this giant explosion taking place off one of the main roads towards the Humpacious Hillocks. Are you taking any sort of action?
Are they destroying part of the trees?
There would be a fire being set from this sort of thing. It is a large, fiery Michael Bay-esque explosion.
I'm gonna angrily go over there and try to figure out the status of the forest.
All right.
That is my domain.
Sounds good. So that would be 1 dice, just because you're rolling dice. Another die because you are a ranger, so that makes you an expert in doing this. Do you have any items that might be able to help you?
Invisibility parka?
You're not really trying to hide from anything. You're really trying to. Well, you're not staying hidden from anyone, are you? You're trying to examine the situation to see if there is an imminent forest fire.
Yeah, I may not need to. Okay.
So 2 dice, and you are trying to be. Are you trying to be very calm and precise about this? Okay, so you are trying to roll a scroll then. So you're trying to roll scroll. You're trying to roll underneath your number. So your number is 3. So 2 or a 1 would be a success.
That's not great. Nope.
Alright, so you rolled a 4 and a 3. That means you have 1 failure, which means that indeed there is going to be a blazing forest fire from this. Or a blazing, well, since there aren't really forests around here, it will mainly be like this heavy grass fire that you'll be having to deal with that will take out some copses of trees. However, you also get to ask me a question because you rolled a 3, which is a scroll of swords.
Okay. Is it possible for me to stop the fire?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna go and try and do that.
Sounds good.
Good bottle opener.
Oh, I do indeed. It is right by Scott.
What? Oh yeah, the handle. Okay, thank you. I saw that.
All right. So Scott, back to you in the brig of the very. Aidan, you. What did you discovered Scott?
Oh, okay.
I haven't been seen in like two different scenes.
Go ahead.
So Scott, you're still in the brig. You are now having to deal with this, this crazy mishmash of singing. You feel like you're on a school bus full of 3-year-old children. who just learned how to sing.
This is deeply offensive. And
It's pretty bad.
do I hear any explosions outside?
Yes, you do hear a massive explosion, actually. It's sort of from a distance, though. Like, like the furthest ship away from you is probably just blown up.
I'm gonna try to talk to the chains and say, "Yo, chains, listen. Sounds like there's some trouble afoot. You should probably let me go, and I'll try to take you with me, so I can save you, chains."
So you're trying to talk to the chains now.
Yeah, because they're
Alright.
alive. in some
Reason?
shit. Yeah. So that's your time logic. Everything's alive.
So reasonable chains. All right. Not really an expert in talking to chains. You're probably a little disheartened too from not being able to convince your fellow passengers to.
Kind of in a haste. It's true.
Yeah. So I think you might just be rolling one die for this.
Try anything.
Okay, but I'm trying to reason with them. So I'm trying to use my intellect.
Okay, so you're trying to convince them that they don't come with you, they're going to die.
Yes.
All right. So roll me a die and try to get a scroll. So roll under your number.
I failed.
Scott, I told you to switch to. Did you switch from high number to low number?
No, because I'm a bard. I'm magical.
Yeah, but remember last game? I mean, you might not remember last game, but you were rolling high all last game.
I know.
Like
but
you were rolling 5s and 6s.
just as I roll high last game doesn't mean I'm rolling really high this game too.
Yes.
It doesn't mean probabilistically. It doesn't mean I have a 1 in 6 chance of rolling anything anytime.
Apparently not.
Well, I mean, no, like mathematically, yes. It's just my luck is really bad today.
Indeed, your character is not that type of character apparently.
No,
So yes,
really
the chains. Chains stay inert, and they don't respond to your to your pleadings and your
man.
and your sensible ravings.
Man,
And
it blows.
They're
Yeah.
recalcitrant.
the people next to you start sort of staring at you like you're crazy.
You guys, my friends are gonna come and rescue me because I'm really special and important. So we should really try to find a way to get out of here so we don't get blown up by them because they're really rash.
Your friends are going to try to rescue you by blowing you up?
They're really sincere and earnest, but they don't really always know the best way to go about things. You're not here. And also, you're a drunk.
First of all, how dare you?
First of all, how dare you?
Mom, talk to you about this.
Listen, you don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna sing you a sweet song.
Would you come and rescue me
Jermaine.
successfully?
Oh, and you're on there.
Hopefully.
Right.
Hopefully, we rescue
Oh,
me
what?
successfully.
All right. So you're going to try to convince the other people to help you escape now that you've completely
So we all need to escape.
should completely failed to teach them how to sing.
Listen, I can't teach you how to sing, but maybe I can teach you how to love.
Freedom.
Freedom.
All right, you can have 2 dice for that. This is going to have be a passionate speech.
Will be a passionate speech. Failures. Can I change it, Dave? Fuck it, can I change it?
Oh my god.
You let me change it?
Like a balloon tip.
Yes.
Right.
You're gonna have such a rash on your wrist. It's gonna be terrible.
So is it 2 failures?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Here, do you want the big Sharpie to just
Yeah.
right over that mistake?
I'm gonna make it a 2.
Oh gosh.
All right.
I am so passionate.
Kick ass.
Okay. Yeah,
Thanks,
so
Dave.
the other passengers are they're starting to ignore you now. In fact, they're making their own plans to escape because obviously you're no good at this. So they're not only are they making up their own plans, they're actually good plans.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna leave you.
And they're one of the steps is leaving you behind.
That's the first step.
Man,
It might just be the only step.
this sucks.
All right, going around. Ainsley,
Yes.
back to you.
All right. I am
Whoa.
charging super fast on my steed, coming up to, I'm assuming, the second ship. And this ship's in the front, right? His ship?
His ship is in the front in a significant line of gobloon ships.
Okay.
How did no one even see these coming. How were these a surprise?
We were partying so hard.
Scott was playing the best rendition of Twerk It Like a Centaur ever. Yeah. Even the guards just decided to abandon their posts and come in and twerk it.
It was a super pop.
I mean, hey, Princess Copperbutt, like, has never looked more stoked.
Yeah.
Like
and,
ever.
I mean, in order to twerk it like a centaur, you need two people. One to be the front and one to be the butt.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
In your
Yeah.
horsey costume.
so, yeah, basically all of the guard stations were just completely abandoned.
So,
The one time I did roll really well.
Yeah.
Got yourself.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Supposed to get Ronnie laid.
Did I?
That's what it was. It was so you could play her favorite song.
That's
So
right.
he could seduce her.
Did it work?
It did. He's getting married to her.
Yeah, he's
Oh, that's right,
marrying
he's
her before he even sleeps with her.
Okay.
nice.
So they say.
Sucker.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna put my head down and I'm gonna talk to my horse and give it a little pep talk, and we are just gonna go for it. And we're gonna charge behind this last ship, and I'm going to raise my can of pork and beans high. I'm gonna bring it down to my face and I'm gonna whisper something really, really evil, because it's a pork and beans can of infinite destruction, infinite meaning a type or flavor that I desire. And it comes back to me, which is pretty cool.
Boomerang beans.
Yes.
Boomerang beans.
Infinite
It's bonded to you.
Wow.
The beanerang.
Beanerang.
So, I am going to take aim at the back right axle,
Okay.
and I am going to throw this can of beans with all my might.
All right. So that's your cannon beans. You're making a roll.
Yes.
Would you consider yourself an expert in what you're attempting to do here?
Yes, it is my favorite weapon, and it is a
All right.
wizardly weapon.
So roll me 3 dice,
Okay.
and let's see. That's
Hey.
probably going to be.
No one's scoring.
Just feels like it's going to be pretty
pork and
wild.
beans of infinite.
Right.
All right.
No.
So you're going to be rolling swords.
I believe it.
So you're trying to roll over your number.
Okay. Ooh, I got 1 success and 2 failures.
All right. So instead of just going straight at the axle here, what it does is kind of the. If anyone ever saw that second Pierce Brosnan James Bond film with the smart drill torpedo, where it just starts going through the ship in its entirety. So you miss and you're thrown, it like attaches to the hull, but then it eats through the hull, and you hear screams from various gobloons inside, and various pieces of 8 and body fluids start flowing out of the hole that it has left, kind of like a bung in an ale barrow.
Right.
And so the ship starts listing side to side as it loses all of its maneuverability and its crew.
Is this ship I'm on?
No.
Just making sure.
Safe, right?
They're slowly making their way up to you.
Then I'm just losing
now.
track of what's going on.
Yeah. Indeed. So the biggest problem though is that despite you being able to stop the ship stops itself dead center in the road that you guys are trying to travel on.
Oh, shoot.
Indeed. So it stops right there, and like right there is also kind of where some of the explosion from the last ship went. So this ship starts coming alight as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Very shortly there may be yet another explosion.
Well, I might want to go for a heroic leap over the flaming ship.
Where's that griffin at? Is he getting close?
Yeah.
We'll have you roll for that.
All right, I'm gonna just send him in to aid
Yes,
with the griffin leap. And it's a micro
The
griffin,
griffin
so
leap.
he can get in there.
Sounds good.
Micro.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's what the spell was. It's an ancient Bible.
yeah. Give me 3 dice for you've got the spell, you've got the griffin,
All right,
and you're right there.
a 6, a 5, and a 3.
A 6,
I'm at a 4.
a 6, a 5, and a 3. So you were kind of going for yeah.
Is it?
Definitely, I would
Those
say
went
this is another sort of. You're kind of doing something a little bit more passionate, a little bit more
It's an
intuitive.
Okay.
You're sending the griffin in on its own cognizance to sort of aid Ainsley in this situation. So with 2 successes, the griffin indeed does swoop in and just grab her by the shoulders as she makes this epic leap.
As I grab the horse with my thighs.
Yes.
Swoop, sweet griffin, swoop.
Indeed. So the horse, however, still tethered to the other herd of horses
Oh, no.
that is drawing the carriage, indeed, falls from between your legs, but indeed you do fly over these flames.
Oh.
And you make this amazing leap, and the griffin lets go of you just in the perfect spot for you to land in this amazing roll at the end, and you come up on both feet in sort of like this ready stance on the other side of the ship as it explodes behind you, making a very epic and amazing sort of picturesque scene.
Awesome.
Indeed.
I didn't know I was attached to the other horses though, guys.
Oh god. How are the horses?
The horses are fine.
And the griffin?
The griffin
Charles?
might have gotten a little singed if the horse
Oh, that smell of
was
burnt
taken
feathers is the
along.
worst.
Oh man.
If
Good
the
thing
horse
there's
was
only
brought
one.
along for the ride, but since it was just Ainsley, it was able to keep its own elevation and avoid injury. Indeed.
So
You're
you're
piss off the griffins.
So there's this raging grass fire now, Claudia. How are you trying to stem the conflagration?
Well, my knapsack, pretty much, it looks really small, but it can hold infinite things on the inside.
Okay.
So I bring out a, basically a fire hose.
Ooh.
And it just comes out, and I try to just spray everything down, but I'm not sure how big it is, so, and how much of the area is on fire. So
Sounds good. Well, you are a ranger, and it is your prerogative to put out various types of fires that might threaten the natural beauty of the place that you are looking over. So I will say that you are an expert in this. And of course, since you are bringing your own fire hose, very important aspect, you'll get 3 dice on this. Let's see. It is. You are trying to be very precise about this because you are probably choosing which places to put the fire out. So you will be trying to roll high.
Roll high.
That was actually a song on the Friday Funk
Roll high.
today.
All right, so that's 2 5s and a 3, which means that you rolled over your number twice and you rolled your number exactly once. So 2 successes means that you put out a goodly portion of this recently exploded ship, preventing the fire from spreading from one side of the road to the other, which, as any firefighter worth his salt knows, is half the battle. Containment is half the battle. So you've got that set, and also because you rolled a scroll of swords, you get to ask me another question.
okay, is the ship still on fire, or was it ever on fire?
The one that you have just put out is no longer on fire. The very first ship that exploded is still sort of on fire and producing flames. There apparently is quite a significant amount of high alcohol content rum on board that ship.
No.
Indeed. So
Man.
it'll be up to you on your next action once we get back to decide if you want to let that happen and sort of allow nature to take its course in the burning and reviving aspect, or if you want to put it out. However, let's move back to Jermaine. Jermaine on the carriage with Solomon.
I mean, so one of these ships has just been put out.
The one on the road specifically.
But, okay, so all of these horses were, of course, way far ahead of the actual carriage. And they've managed to get through unscathed.
Well, they're still on your side of the wreck.
I
And
see.
you're still kind of, you still kind of got that thing to get through. However, you are looking at a burned out ship that has recently been put out, and as anyone knows, fire, once it has taken hold of wood, makes wood quite brittle.
Yeah, let's just go ahead. I'm gonna point my whiskey wand at it, and I'm gonna try to just blast it out of the way. Just explode it.
All right.
Fuck this thing. I want it out of my way.
Sounds good. Let's see. That is a magic action,
An ancient and powerful spell.
and it's your
An ancient, and angry, powerful spell.
So you're trying to roll scrolls under your number
Okay.
as you're using powerful magic to accomplish your means. You've got your whiskey wand. You're a wizard, and you're rolling a dice. That's 3 dice. 4 dice actually, because the wood is very brittle, as I mentioned before.
Excellent. It's just charcoal at this point.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I get 1 success
Wow.
and 1 scroll of swords.
Okay, so 1 success, 2 failures, and a scroll of swords.
Yes.
All right, so you do indeed blast a gaping hole in this ship. However, it is yet another type of those very fat merchantmen. So once you blow up this ship, it wasn't on fire long enough for any main damage to be done to its cargo. So this giant hole just begins leaking mountains of gold doubloons, just cascading onto the road in front of you, creating even more of a roadblock.
Oh.
You get to ask me a question though.
I don't know. How many more ships are ahead of me between my sister and I?
Probably around 8.
Alright, fuck this. Fuck this. Alright, I'm gonna halt the horses. I'm gonna try to start conjuring up a spell to just see if I can't levitate this fucker.
All right. Sounds good.
The carriage, that is.
Carriage.
The carriage itself. All right.
The horses and the carriage.
Indeed. What type of magic are you using to levitate these horses? Because it doesn't exactly seem like whiskey magic to lift something off the ground. Unless you argue in a different manner.
No. This is going back to one of the older forms. This is going to true lightheaded space of being.
Okay.
Right? As
Right before you pass out.
right here, as light as I am here, so I shall make everything around me
Faded
that I touch.
magic.
All right, I get it. That sounds fair. I'll give you 3 dice on that.
Let's see if I can get these. I got 2 successes and 1 failure.
All right, so that.
No, and 1 sword of scrolls.
Okay, so 2
Or scroll
successes.
swords.
Indeed, you lift the carriage up above, and you have this great vantage point now. So why don't you ask me a question?
I don't know. Anything else interesting going on?
Well, there is. Let's see. You look down to your left, and you see a local Humpacious Hillocks ranger actively putting out these fires for you. You also see a disused road that seems to be a little bit too treacherous for the Gobloon ships to be using, but it seems like a more direct shot towards the dry docks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there an intersection point along that way?
Indeed, you could possibly head them off at the pass.
Let's head there.
There is indeed a pass in the Humpacious Hillocks before they turn into the slightly more mountainous region known as the dry docks.
Yes, of course. Alright, I'll move that way.
All right.
Set this puppy down.
Sounds good. You set it down on the other side of the exploded gold doubloon leaking ship.
Can I just
And-
reach down
Can we
and
all
scoop up
grab
a
some?
handful?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah. I owe this guy some.
Yeah, I didn't forget.
And the horses just
It's in the
immediately
margins.
start taking off. Yeah. All right. So Scott or Brendan, have you done anything this turnaround?
I don't know if I was the first person with the Griffin helping her get in, or
Okay.
if that was like last round.
I think this was you just did the Griffin helping. So back to Scott in the main goblin ship. You hear some goblin voices, coming from up above.
Okay. What is everyone else around me doing?
They're actively making their own escape attempts. They're picking locks on their chains. They're combining their strength to make great feats of strength to pull the chains from the iron rings in the walls of the ships, and working out pretty well for them.
Okay. I'm gonna sing a song of strength. And try to pull the chains off myself.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sing a beautiful song about how strong I am.
A beautiful song of how strong you are.
It
Okay.
gives me more power.
Is it by any chance Eye the Tiger?
No, it is not Eye of the Tiger.
All right. So
It could be.
so this beautiful song of strength. All right. So you're. I'm guessing you're going to be passionate about this.
Yeah.
All right. So try to roll me some swords.
Okay. So since I'm singing the song,
Why don't you sing me a little strength song?
okay,
Yeah.
but I'll get a plus 1d6.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that would bring you up to a 46.
All right. Oh wait, 4d6.
Yes, because
Okay.
you're a bard. You probably know a strength song,
Yes.
and you're an expert at singing. So if you actually sing me a song, you can have another 40. You can have another d6.
I am the mightiest bard in the land. My wrists are so thick. And I'm gonna pull with my elbows and my shoulders and my deltoids.
Forget your abs.
I'm gonna be so ripped. Just like these chains.
Alright, give me a roll.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, guess what I rolled?
A bunch of ones.
A bunch of ones.
Oh my god.
So 2 ones, a 2, and a 3.
Oh god. So that translates to 1 failure and a scroll of swords.
Well-
so yes, you do manage to actually your
I'm not
songs.
sure that's how it works, Dave. Because like it says, if 1 succeeds, you just manage it. It doesn't say like if 1 succeeds minus your successes.
Oh, you're right. My error there. Thank you for that. All right, so you just manage it, which means that manage it with difficulties.
Which, yeah, like it's tough.
Indeed.
Right. Well, you get to decide.
I don't know. It does say underneath it the GM inflicts a complication, harm, or cost.
Right, but it still succeeds.
Okay. I see.
Right.
Indeed. So yes, your success. You channel this strength song through yourself, and you feel yourself getting stronger, and you pull mightily at this. You pull mightily at this chain and at this bolt, and as you wrench it from the wall, the bolt just strikes you straight in the forehead. And you sort of collapse back to the ground, and there are some pieces of laughter at your expense.
Yeah.
It's just. Oh man, you just feel really kind of out of it after that solid head blow.
Ow.
And you hear these goblin voices up above you, and one of them is addressing his subjects. He says, "We must get my queen back to the dry docks."
I get to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the queen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm free, and I'm gonna say to all the people around me,
Neener?
"Hey, listen! I got out before all you dudes."
Half of them aren't wearing chains. They're actually probably a little bit closer to the top deck than you are.
Oh, they'd already gotten out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, whatever. Then I'm not going to address them.
You can address the ones that are still in chains and attempting their various plans, because they were planning on leaving you too.
Okay. It's like, hey, you guys want me to help you or not?
They sort of turn to each other and shrug. Okay.
Alright, we'll see you later then.
Oh, ice cold.
Should have been nicer.
That's why she's a dangerous bard.
That's
Really
right.
dangerous bard.
Yeah.
Is there like a window or anywhere here?
There are portholes, but it would be very difficult to squeeze yourself through one, considering that they don't open and they're just glass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a trap door?
You could go below decks. That would take you towards where the engines are.
Okay. Are there keys to the chains anywhere in the room?
Yeah.
No.
No, the gabloons took those when they went back up to the top decks. It doesn't seem like they like being below decks very much.
I'm gonna go below decks then, because that's where the engine room probably is. Alright.
Indeed, you drop down into where you would assume the machinery is, because it's where you hear the most noise and sort of grinding sounds coming from. And in fact, you come across another deck entirely, just filled with seats that are occupied by a bunch of little minuscule-ish like pygmies who are furiously rowing. But instead of like rowing oars, they're rowing these giant cranks, which seems to be powering the wheels on the land ship.
Huh. I'm gonna tell them, your queen orders you to get out of here.
Yeah, make me give me a 2 dice roll, because you do have a giant welt on your head.
Alright. And
Let's see, how would you like to be addressing these people? As scrolls or as swords?
as swords, I think it's closer to, well, a kind of diplomacy.
Oh yes, indeed.
At least like in the terms of hierarchy at this point.
That sounds fair.
Okay.
Alright, so you're rolling up.
That's 2 successes.
Okay. We'll get to your 2 successes in
Great.
a little bit then.
Alright.
Claudia, fire's raging. What are you doing?
I'm gonna put a little bit more extra gusto with the water to try and do a better job with this one than I did with the other one.
Sounds good.
So.
All right. Yeah. So you're going to be very. Sounds like this is going to be a very diffuse sort of intuition of a roll. So give me another 3d6 roll and try to roll above your number. All right. Let's see what you got. All right. You got one success. So yes, indeed. You put out the fire marvelously. You managed to get this nice saturating spray just sort of coming down like on top of it in a very drenching sort of downpour. However, the fire, right before you got that in its full saturation, your house or your cabin kind of caught on fire and half of it burned down.
What?
Yeah.
How?
You rolled one success.
All that peanut butter.
It's a pretty big complication.
Indeed.
It was insured, though. So.
It was indeed insured.
High enough temperature.
Oh no, a house I never knew I had burned down.
Yep. So yes, as you're staring at the smoking remains of half of your cabin, let's move on to Bruce.
So we're close now. I see that he's kind of free, right? Can I see him, or only you could see him? Because vision.
Well, you haven't looked for him in the last couple of turns, so you can't really spot him. You're assuming he's still chained up in the brig of the main frontal ship.
So he's still in danger.
However, you do notice that the ship starts. It looks like it's slowing its pace pretty significantly.
It's getting closer.
Yeah, like it's starting like this little mini traffic jam where like the other ships are having to like sort of stop a little bit more, and like one of them stops almost completely, which causes another one to sort of ram into it in the back.
Oh man!
And sort of there's this little fender bender, and so you hear these little goblins like shrieking, kind of sounding like sirens.
Boy. What's going on there? It's time for me to do something righteous. So I'm looking around. And I see, those fires are blazing. Goblin noises are happening. Gobloons. And I've only heard about gobloons in the good book. Never seen them. And I see one little burning bush in the distance.
Okay.
And it's inspiring. I go into a bit of a trance. And I'm holding the good book righteously. And the wind just starts to turn the pages.
Okay.
And then it stops on a page.
All right.
It's Proverbs again.
Okay.
But at the bottom, righteous jump.
Oh.
I'm gonna go for it. It's a super jump onto the ship. Hopefully. Maybe not. It's risky, but I'm feeling pretty much entranced.
It's a little risky, but I think you might have it. Give me a 3 dice roll.
Okay.
Let's see. You're going for risky, so this is wild, this is intuition. You're trying to roll high.
Trying to roll high.
Roll over your number.
I got a 4, which is my number, a 5, and a 5.
Alright, so 2 successes and a scroll of swords.
Cool, so it's like when I'm up there, I kind of get a vision of where I can end the question.
Indeed. So
I don't know where he's at.
No.
So I'm going to ask, where do I go once I'm on there?
Alright,
What's the most righteous move?
You see some confused looks as you're about to land onto the main ship with your righteous jump. You see goblins, talking to each other, and they're shouting and they're pointing towards the deck. But it sort of seems like they're pointing lower than the deck that you would think he would be in, like maybe towards where the engine deck would be.
Engine room. Strange.
Yeah.
But I'll go with it.
And there you go. You land on the main deck of the ship. You hands out, all like badass akimbo, and you're standing there, and there are these goblins that are gobloons that are just all freaked out about your sudden appearance.
Activate invisibility sandal.
All right.
Whoa.
That's intense.
He was
Indeed.
inspired, and then
Jermaine.
Well, trying to get this carriage and band of horses to head off the gobloons, so I'm not sure where I am en route compared to them. I mean,
Make me some kind of roll to going away to get a good intercept time.
I cannot. I'm gonna try to cast a spell of beer goggles over these horses.
Okay.
Where they're gonna imagine some really tasty carrots at the end of this road. I'm just hovering there,
Okay.
waiting
Nibbles.
for them.
All right.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna try and encourage them, shall we say, the promise of goodies.
Okay.
So yeah, spell of beer goggles.
Sounds good. Make me a beer goggles roll. That sounds like it'll be a 3d6. Let's see. Beer goggles. You roll aiming for a scroll because of magic. All right. Let's do it.
All right, and I got all successes.
All right.
Nice.
Indeed. So these horses, they just. It seems like they get a second wind, and they become faster than even horses in their prime could be, as they just race down this disused track of road.
Sorry.
And you are just in perfect position to pull an intercept on the head ship as it comes right around this pass, and you just sort of collide with it in your royal carriage as it makes that curve. You guys sort of just come together in that very very rocky side by
Like
side.
the horses stop and the carriage just swings around in the way.
So you're trying to block the path.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Let's see. Ainsley. What are you doing? You're on these horses. What
I am
are you up
on
to?
these horses. We've approached now
Yeah.
the lead ship.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You have closed the gap. You saw Bruce make his almighty jump.
I did.
just-
How am I like within range? I mean, I'm right along the ship.
Oh, absolutely.
Is there anything I could grab and try to board this ship?
Oh, definitely.
Excellent.
There's all sorts of rope ladders just sort of dangling from the side. There's buoys.
Enticingly fantastic.
Yeah.
Buoys.
Yeah,
think-
there's buoys.
You never know. It is kind of a ship.
Some lifeboats.
I'm going to.
Some life rings, some
dinghies.
a couple of
I'm
dinghies.
gonna
Yeah.
throw on my cloak of near invisibility and throw myself at the ship at a kind of a largish, life raft that's
Okay.
hanging off the side.
Sounds good. So roll me 2 dice for that, and you're gonna be rolling a sword there because that is a very physical sort of action. So you're trying to roll over whatever your number is.
Yeah, I got 1 success and 1 failure.
Okay. Yeah, you throw yourself at one of the dinghies. However, you misjudge your angle, and you actually collide with one of the buoys, which is very difficult to hold on to because it's very rubbery and kind of slippery.
Right.
So the drastic swaying of the ship as Jermaine forces it to an abrupt stop, sort of swings you forward with your momentum and throws you through the air, and you land on top of the main deck. However, with your cloak of partial invisibility, it's riding up to your midsection. So you're standing in front of the Gabloon pirate captain, and he is just he's staring at your lower half, and he's kind of confused for a second, then he yells for his guards.
And he yells for his guards.
Indeed.
And, I'm going to go for the captain.
All right.
Yeah,
What do you-
I'm going to uncloak my arm with the beans,
Okay.
raise it high, as is my wont, and I'm going to invoke the assault and battery magical attack, which I have a lot of practice at because I'm a criminal wizard.
Okay.
So
So
How many shall I roll with?
let's see. You're making it, which is a 1. You're a wizard, which makes you an expert. That's a 2. And you're a criminal, which makes you prepared to do that sort of thing, which makes it a 3. Yeah. Which would be, I'd say that would probably be that's a magic. So you're trying to roll under your number.
Okay, so I got 1 on, 1 under, and 1 over.
Okay, so that is 1 regular success. So first, would you like to ask me a question before or after I tell you what happens?
Why? Who's trying to marry the princess?
The pirate Captain King, who's right in front of you, trying to assault and battery magic.
Why does he like her so much?
He, because he was sort of looking at it when you landed on the ship. He has this oversized locket
Oh, okay.
that he was looking at. It has her picture in it, and
God,
it's
is it
sort of this
autographed?
it's this really adorable kind of like child's finger painting rendition of Scott Wolverine, but it's so like heart-rendingly, attempted in such a childish manner that you totally know that it's this guy trying, the Gobloon pirate captain king trying to do this. And on the other side, there's like a slightly better rendition of the pirate captain king looking at her. So when you open the two lockets together, they're sort of looking at each other with these love-filled gazes
In crayon.
in child's finger painting.
So he likes her because it's like a childhood crush?
You think it might be a bit, like, significantly more than that. Like, he wants to make her his queen, but he just doesn't have any artistic talent at all.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the artists.
Well, that answers some of my questions.
Indeed. So, your attack, your assault and battery attack, it goes off almost flawlessly. In fact, you might even say that it goes off perfectly. As he's holding this locket, it just strikes him dead on, and it snaps the locket in half, and the two pieces just sort of fly off the ship in two different directions.
Oh.
And he just sort of sprawls backwards onto like his sort of pirate captain king throne chair, and is sort of knocked over, and so his giant legs are just sort of floundering in the air, and he's kind of weeping a little bit now that that's broken.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like an a-hole.
So Claudia, it fires out. Half of your cabin is gone. It's totally someone else's fault that this happened. This was not a natural event. As a criminal, how do you feel about this? How do you feel as someone who is used to, creating sort of John Wick levels of vengeance onto those who wrong you?
I'm pretty pissed. So I'm gonna grab my emergency rations and put them in my knapsack and go and find this person.
Sounds good. Do you have any sort of mode of conveyance that might allow you to move swifter than just regular being on foot? Or are you totally going Lord of the Rings and just like doing a very epic, long walking quest to find those who wronged you?
Well, I've got sneakers that help me move faster than usual.
All right.
They give me like +10 to speed. So I'm gonna put those on. And they have no laces, so there's no chance I'll trip on anything.
They have little
So-
pictures of like blue hedgehogs on the side of them.
Not exactly.
Okay.
They're Onosika tigers, so they're the best, basically.
All right. Indeed. So you set off at a mile-eating trot towards the object of your vengeance. Who do you blame for this?
Who I blame?
Yeah. Who are you blaming for this partial destruction of your home?
I don't know, but when I find him, stuff's gonna happen.
All right. You're going towards the main Gobloon fleet ships. All right. Sounds
I
good.
have ways of detecting where a fire originated.
Oh. Make me a make me a ranger roll. So that would be let's see. You've got. That would probably just be 2 dice, since your slingshot and your knapsack can't exactly help you. So 2 dice, and you're being very precise about this. So you're trying to roll underneath your 3.
3 on the nose.
So you don't get any successes, but you do get a 3, which allows you to ask me a question.
Have I met this person before? Are these people? Is there more than one? That's 2 questions. Just go with the first one.
Okay, have you met the person who started the fire before? You're not sure if you've seen them before. Their face is kind of familiar to you, but at the same time, you can't exactly place where you've met them. But they are sort of the type to start fires, and you know this about them. They have a history. Yeah. So
Alright.
This is a long time coming. This reckoning is is an event.
Yeah, it became personal.
Indeed. All right, so Scott Wolverine, it's been a while since we talked to you. As you can see, your successful diplomacy to the rowing pygmies has indeed worked out. The not only have they slowed, they've actually stopped entirely from their grinding of the gears. What do you do next?
I told them to get upstairs.
You tell the pygmies to go upstairs.
That's what I said, yes.
Oh man.
Right.
All right. So yes, these pale, probably haven't seen the sunlight in God knows how long. Pygmies.
Oh, they're like slaves.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't realize that they were like the slaves.
Like a jerk.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you guys are free then.
Oh man, they sort of stare at you blankly for a second, not exactly sure what that means.
You can leave.
Still not getting it.
Just go upstairs.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So you find that it actually takes you, requiring you to like open the hatch and point up the stairs and actually physically push one.
Yeah.
You know, to make it understand that free out
you can
upstairs means that
Liberty.
they actually have the ability to go upstairs now, which is
Yeah.
some new and amazing concept for them. Mm-hmm. So indeed, they go upstairs into the slave area. Mm-hmm. And you have you're surrounded by these very pale, almost albino pygmies.
Do you think they'd make a good set of backup tasers?
Maybe they would.
I mean, they're pretty mindless. They can pick it up car.
Maybe they could sing beautifully too.
You know, they also have been
Do the
rolling in
harmonics.
unison for God knows how long.
That's true.
It's a good
Is
skill.
my fury harp anywhere? Where was it? It was in the room.
You haven't seen it.
Huh. I'm gonna say, hey, guys, do you know Highway to Hell?
They shrug.
I'm gonna start singing Highway to Hell.
All right, make me a bard roll. 3 dice because you're singing. You're an expert, and you're rolling a die.
You're barbaric.
This is I'm gonna sing passionately, of course.
Of course.
Hey, 2 successes.
All right, and 2 successes and 1 failing. Not a scroll of swords.
Not a scroll. Sorry.
Okay,
No.
so with 2 successes, indeed, you start throwing on the chorus, and one by one they start picking it up. They're not exactly on key to start with, but it seems like they're very attuned to picking up like a specific rhythm. Mm-hmm. And so as long as you sort of establish that rhythm to them, maybe even like stomp your foot or clap your hands, they can actually.
Highway to Hell.
Yeah, exactly. So they start picking it up, and they
Highway to Hell.
and they start going.
Get in there.
And you get this reverberating chorus of them singing "Highway to Hell."
Yeah.
Yeah, and up above you, you start hearing like sort of the rhythmic, sort of tapping of a very large fist
Yeah.
on the deck above you.
Just gonna love
Awesome.
it even more. You know his favorite song.
Excellent. I know.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
I know.
Thank you.
You also hear this very off-key strumming
Feel it?
coming from upstairs.
Oh, excellent. Very, what is the sound like? It's from a harp.
It sounds like it's from your harp.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go upstairs,
All right, you
slam open the door, and say, "Hey, I need that harp."
kick open the hatch to the main deck, and you see the Gobloon pirate Captain King cowering against the far side of the deck from Ainsley Kinkajou, who you probably saw her at the dance with the
Him,
princess.
right? Or her.
Her, I'm pretty sure Ainsley's a her.
Princess.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how'd you get here?
Well, it's an awesome story, but I'll tell you later.
Well, okay. Hey, have you seen my harp anywhere?
Well,
The Goblin Captain Pirate King is holding it in his hands, and he's strumming it really clumsily as he's blubbering over the loss of his beloved locket.
Hey, Goblin King, I need that back.
I gotta tell you, man.
What?
So the reason he's so broke up about this is that like a brook is super special, and his super special picture of you.
Oh, wow. That's that's weird. All
It
right.
wasn't a photograph or anything. It was like an artistically rendered portrait.
Hey, I don't know if you knew, but my name's Scott, by the way.
Oh hey,
Hey, what's your name?
Ainsley.
Ainsley. Hey, thanks for destroying that. But also,
Oh man, have a heart.
no.
He's got to be some
I'm
kind
gonna
of
make it
good.
better.
He's got to be
I'm
a
gonna
good
make it
man
better.
at least.
I'm
Look
gonna
at
make
his
it better.
fleet of rad
I'm
ships.
gonna make it better. So I'm gonna kneel down to the Gobbler King,
Uh-huh.
to the Gabloon King,
Gobbler King.
Gobbler.
The Gobloon,
To the Gabloon
Captain
King,
Pirate King, yeah.
the Captain Pirate Gabloon King,
Mhm.
and say, hey,
Hey guy.
You seem really nice, but I don't even know your name.
Everyone just calls me everyone just calls me Captain.
But what do you call yourself? That's what I want to know. Who you really are.
I call myself Majesty King.
Well, so can I call you MK?
Yes.
So, MK, let me tell you something. I think you got a lot of heart. And I think that
He makes a face.
having a lot of heart means you can do great things. And make great things, too. But you can't go stealing great things. Like me. That's not how you make good art. And that's not how you make a good life.
Or good friends.
Or good friends. And that's what really matters in this life. I'm not telling you not to be a pirate and steal doubloons. I'm just telling you, maybe lay off of the kidnapping.
But stealing you is only way you marry me.
Hey, that's not true. Let me make you a promise. If you produce a beautiful portrait of us together, I'll think about marrying you, alright?
It's pretty heartbreaking.
But you gotta work on it, and I believe in you. I bet you can. But you gotta do it. No cheating. So, how about we just say, fair's fair, we go on our way. You get all your doubloons, but I get my heart back.
If not your heart.
Pirate King conflicted.
Should I make a diplomacy roll?
Yes.
Alright. I don't know if I'm prepared. I mean, I'm an expert in diplomacy because I'm a bard. I'm an expert in talking to people in charisma.
Yeah.
I do have my cloak of charismatic sequence.
All right. So that sounds like 3 dice right there.
Alright. So I'm very convincing and
All right, and you're being diplomatic about this. So.
super diplomatic.
All right, let's see it.
That is 2 successes, 6s in fact, and a scroll of swords.
All right. So yes, you. It seems like whatever you say touches the heart of the Gabloon pirate Captain King.
Yeah.
And he says, "Fine. I will not force you to marry me, according to prophecy."
What? Question. What's the prophecy?
Well, in response to your question, the pirate captain or the
Well, no, I get to ask you a question. I had a scroll of swords.
indeed.
Yeah.
In response to your question,
Yeah. Right.
the pirate Captain King takes a hand axe from his belt and he chops the sail from the main mast on his ship free. And instead of being a blank white canvas, it is this amazing tapestry portraying this fantastical story of a beautiful maiden falling in love with a quite corpulent Gabloon king, and them wedding, and them sort of looking over a realm that is devastated by famine and drought, and then sort of seeing their love exploding onto the next panel of this story, creating a kingdom of virulent wealth and growth and new life.
Sounds fertile.
Whoa.
Whoa, bro.
Marry me.
So just gaming kind of, Dave. I got a scroll of swords. So was that an answer to my question?
Yes.
Is that okay? Was that okay? Because seems a little bit. That seemed like in game, but cool. Whatever you say. So.
In answer to your question, in the scroll of swords, because you rolled a scroll of swords, that's what I rolled for the plot of this game.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, that's a good enough answer. I'm like, okay. So, does the woman look like me?
Yes.
Like exactly like me?
I mean, it's very idealized, but you know,
Does it have the mole that I have?
Yes.
On my cheek.
statement.
How old does this tapestry look?
It looks like it's seen a little bit of sun, bleaching, but not actually that much. It doesn't seem like it's been unrolled very frequently. Like there were little pillows of dust billows of dust that sort of come out when it is unraveled.
How old are you, Goblinkin? I mean, NK.
I don't have enough fingers.
Oh.
How old is this tapestry?
He holds up his not enough fingers again.
All right. There's an 11.
Yeah, they only have 4 fingers in each hand.
Yeah. How many fingers they have?
Yes, Gobloon Pirate Captain King knows there is 11. He just can't count to it.
Okay, cool. So what's the land in that's all famine-stricken and desolate that we're going to restore?
He points to the northeast, he points to the northwest.
Do I remember what's in the northwest?
Yes, an unnamed desert area, as well as the Volcano Skull Fortress.
Volcano Skull Fortress.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to name the desert that is directly south of the Volcano Skull Fortress?
Yeah. How about... If anybody else has an idea, I say the Inferno Sands.
Does anyone else have another idea that might be slightly punnier?
Oh.
Yeah.
What, hot crust dunes?
Okay, that works.
Crust dunes.
Says buns.
Hot crust
giant
dunes.
Buns.
I like it.
That works well.
I don't know why. Oh, it's because we shut up and I each other in the kitchen all the time.
All right.
All right.
Well, you've had quite a bit of the spotlight now.
Yeah.
Indeed. Bruce
Jeez.
and Jermaine. You guys are sort of, you guys are on, or you're actually on the deck.
I witnessed.
Indeed, you are standing there fully invisible as this heart-wrenching scene is taking place in front of you.
It's kind of
Yeah,
nauseating.
as opposed to the shins and knees of Ainsley Kinkajou. You are fully invisible and just witnessing this, what is happening in front of you.
Yeah. I'm holding back the barf.
Oh,
And,
come on, man.
Corpulent. He's corpulent.
So corporate people have feelings too.
Oh, well.
I was saying, in the good book, don't they teach you about,
I know, just not let you be judged.
Don't judge
haven't
the
read that
fattest
part
book
yet.
in the world by its cover.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff written in these margins. And some of it's written over the original stuff.
I mean, like Genesis 6:12 really means I hate fat people.
He who smelt it.
Yeah.
So that's all happened. I'm touched, but I'm also very confused, especially after just the adrenaline rush of getting on the boat,
Oh,
and
definitely.
then all of this is going on. I understand now that this is the lady we're looking for,
Oh, definitely.
and what's going on now? No, I don't know.
You are a priest.
I'm a priest. I thought about just busting out and marrying him right there, but then I don't know. Those hot crust dunes. Maybe. All right. Let me think for a second.
Sure thing. Should I
You
switch
can-
over to
yeah,
Jermaine
please.
real fast? Jermaine, you have successfully stopped the ship. You are on the royal carriage. You are the only one remaining, actually, on the carriage and with the horses. What would you like to do?
I'm napping.
You're napping?
I'm really
Just
tired.
kicking up your feet?
Yeah, I mean, it got really quiet all of a sudden and just is like, I guess that was done.
Yeah.
It's like forgetting your tater tots are in the oven.
It was a really long night, and now it's sort of getting to be that sort of like 5 a.m. sun kind of coming up, and
My normal bedtime.
Where are the rest of the slaves, or like the detainees that had also freed themselves?
You can sort of see them letting themselves out, like along the
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so
the stern of the ship.
they're getting out.
Yeah, they kind of have made like not exactly bed sheets ropes, but like they've taken off most of their clothes and tied them into ropes.
Wait, there's little naked people running around?
Mostly naked people,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
And they're sort of cautiously climbing down these ropes of
Hey, if they're already naked, I want to party with these guys.
Okay.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna go check out and see what they're doing, what their plans are.
They do see the royal carriage and they start making their way over because this is a sizable royal carriage. We're talking like party bus style.
Whoa. Like the Budweiser
There's gonna
party
be
bus.
snacks on board that thing.
Oh my god, there's so many snacks.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, I've eaten a lot of these snacks already, but there are a lot of snacks left.
Oh, so much.
Oh, hey, little guys, little buddies. What's going on? Welcome to party carriage.
Does your squirrel drink as well?
He's the driver.
Yes, he is. He's like the DD to my life, you know?
Oh man.
He doesn't get a slant on? Come on.
I don't think so.
Alright.
I mean, besides, if you really get a squirrel with laser vision drunk, you know, they're already so ADD, they change their minds so frequently, do you really want to have them be as volatile?
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you?
Lose a hand.
Sounds like a great time.
You are hearing this from a dangerous bard. We've had this conversation before.
I know.
Scotty, no.
No, come on.
Solomon's dry, he's a dry squirrel.
He's a dry.
Alright.
Boring.
I'm witnessing all this. I'm thinking, man, it's time for us to just get out of here. This marriage didn't sound so great. And drunk laser squirrel. I haven't seen it, but sounds very dangerous. We've already caught a forest on fire. I think I saw a house burning back there earlier. So without decloaking myself, I speak. So like a voice comes. I'm speaking to MD, and I'm just like, "The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Play the hand you're dealt, MD.
Okay.
It's time to go back home for good."
So roll me you are a disembodied voice. That's 3 dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
4, 4, 6. So I got 2 questions, and then I'm still.
Okay.
Is that 6 a success, or is that?
That sounds like a success because you are being diplomatic about this.
Okay.
So
It's 1 success, so it's
indeed. So yeah, give me a
2 questions.
indeed he a single tear sort of rolls down his cheek and he snuffles loudly and kind of like snort, burp, gargles at the end of it.
Is there a snot bubble?
Yeah.
So 1 question is.
Extra blood there.
It's sort of hard to tell it's the
yeah,
same
I was gonna
color
do
as his
it anyways.
greenish skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So 2 questions.
The first one, is it just the likeness of Scott, or is it really actually Scott?
Oh, it's really
It
actually.
really is for him.
Yeah.
Okay, her.
Her.
All right.
Her.
And so I know that now. In my character's
She's a
heart.
really hot bardess.
And is the all right? Second question. I mean,
Is the prophecy true?
is it? Yeah. Is it? I mean, so there's nothing going on in that desert, and it would turn it into a pretty cool place for everybody. All right.
It seems like it would take a while though.
Starting to rethink this. Well, you know, the Lord's plan is a slow process.
Indeed, Rome wasn't built or burned down in one day.
Or copulated in a day.
And the tribe. But
Consummated.
Complicated.
either way.
Yeah. So okay, it could be good. Goblin King. I stand by my original plan.
Okay, everyone. Yeah, convincing the Goblin King to.
Convincing him to go home.
Okay.
And you know, Scott didn't.
Just wait for the first date.
She wasn't too interested.
Let's wait for the first date.
So you know, freedom of choice.
True.
Sounds good. So yeah, there's this.
The good Lord set it up.
He sniffles and like the tear rolls down his cheek, and yeah, he you see him sort of accepting and letting go, and that kind of like kills a little something in his heart.
Oh god. This is like the Captain Doubloon King of making everybody feel bad when they do stuff to him. This is his ultimate power of shame.
And
Oh my yes. Damn it.
so lame.
Many things from David Larkins, and this is one of them.
Oh my god.
Well, now I feel bad, and I'm still invisible, and not even my cloak cheers me up anymore.
You hang your invisible head.
A little bit, I do. I close the book, put it in its little. I got like a book pouch.
All right, so the Gobloon Captain Pirate King commands his followers to let everyone go, and we will return to our fortress and rethink our destiny. And as he's saying this, a figure appears launching themselves onto the captain's deck that is pretty much contains just about everyone who may be responsible for the burning of a certain cabin.
Okay. So, I leap and I land and I say, which one of you burned down my house?
I'm partying with pygmies.
Yeah, you're in the you're in the
party. I mean, if this carriage is rocking,
party carriage.
come on in,
However,
because we can't hear you.
The three of you are there with the gabloon pirate captain king. So
what?
What you talking about?
Burned down?
I forget how the fire started.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
It was like forever ago. I think it was.
I was trapped in a brig, so it wasn't me.
Yeah. I think the Goblin King is a smoker.
Oh my god.
It was pretty stressful, so he was going at it. It was like one after another, man. He was just lighting from the other one. And I don't know where they were going. But I don't think it was safe.
So this voice is coming from a pair of disembodied legs.
I'm gonna peek my head out and be like,
I'm keeping my head out too.
Harry Potter style.
So you have two invisible people who are sort of like holding up these cloaks, so like their upper torsos and arms are kind of
How do you
visible.
have
Well, actually, mine are actually sandals. So
Oh, that's right. So you
His
kind of.
I just kind of reveal in my entirety.
Oh, okay. So yes.
I'm there now.
So there's the one wizard who looks
pieces.
sort of criminally and kind of your kin, not like related to you.
you've seen
sort
me
of-
before in court.
Does look kind of familiar to you.
Do you have the same parole officer?
Well, she's my alibi.
So, that's right. So Aidan, Ainsley, make me a 2 dice roll because you are a criminal and you are actually no 3 dice
What am I trying to do?
because you're trying to convince her. So I'm going to say that's diplomacy, which means you're trying.
No, that is my take on the truth.
Indeed. So you're trying
I'm not
to roll.
convince anybody of anything.
Yeah. So you're trying to roll over your number with diplomacy. 3 dice because A, you're rolling, B, you're a criminal, and C, you're calling upon your alibi with Claudia. So there's a mutual relationship there.
Well, I got a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 1. And then I got a dice that fell in my lap.
Reroll that die.
It's a 6. No, it's not a 6.
Oh.
It's a 1. But 1 is a 6.
So that is 1 success. And no scrolls of swords. So Cecilia, this essentially means that indeed Ainsley succeeded at the roll, but there is some sort of drawback, something that goes wrong. Would you
Okay.
like to decide what goes wrong, Claudia?
Claudio?
Claudio, are you a...
No, I'm a girl.
Okay,
It just sounded like you said Claudio. Sometimes it's Claudio. But
Okay.
right now it's Claudia.
that sounds good.
Like
So-
Glenn and Glenda.
So Claudia, would you like to decide what sort of goes wrong with this explanation? What just doesn't feel right about it? What sort of strikes you as off key?
So the Pirate King is a chain smoker?
It's true.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, it might, being a chain smoker, you might not see any cigarettes on him at the moment.
Or butts, no ashtray.
No butts.
in the
Yeah,
corner.
there's-
That's because he was
Because he's
throwing
throwing
them
them off.
overboard
The
and he
blues
smoked them all. Jesus.
Obviously, toe tops.
So the important question is, would you like to believe Ainsley?
I think I do believe that.
Okay, so the pirates,
There's a camaraderie there,
the
I think.
Gabloon pirate Captain King is the one responsible for burning down half of your cabin.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
He is sitting there, fat and blubbery.
I demand that you pay for the repairs.
His eyes bulge.
With your blood.
Oh, he can do that.
As-
There's like the balloons everywhere outside.
Yeah, he
Yes,
can't
are
even
you
count how many
demanding
he's got.
money or satisfaction?
And I think
has
the money will be
sleeves.
satisfactory.
Okay. So, indeed, he will look despairingly at you, and he'll just sort of signal for one of his gabloons to give you one of his merchantmen, one of the ships which is filled to the brim
gonna
with
steal
gold doubloons.
That's tiny.
That's pretty good.
Okay. And I reach into
outside.
my knapsack and I give him a ashtray.
Yeah.
Use this, because the next person whose house you burn down is not going to be as nice.
So he sort of like, he looks at this ash. Is it like one of those like thick, like old school hotel crystal
No,
ashtrays?
it's pretty ornate. It's made out of like broken glass and like marbles, but it's like really nice.
Or one of those where you can lift it up and put the cigarette in and then put it down so it puts it out.
Okay, so he looks like really confused at this obvious crystalline, sort of very ornate, circular sort of gift, and he just sort of, his eyes widen like really crazy and just puts it on his head. And he says, "Goblin King crown!"
I cannot help you. I just take the money. Like, fine, this is good.
All right, so yeah, you'll be put onto a gobloon merchantman ship with a full load of doubloons and brought to back to your half of your cabin.
And stocked with slaves for tree planting.
No. I don't need the slaves.
Indeed. So
Sorry, they're wrecked by
in
now.
quite quick order, the now completely
Well, I'm not used to them
deflated
being so small.
Gobloon Pirate King captain will just sort of despondently pick up the remains of his Gobloon caravan and slowly and sadly make his way back to the dry docks.
Not yet.
Sans his wait, what's
Not
going
before
on?
I say something.
Okay.
First off, he needs to give me back my harp.
He'll give it back to you. It'll be slightly tear stained and have some little snot bubbles on it from when he was crying over it.
I'll start rubbing it down with my pocket square.
Okay.
And I'll tell the Goblin King, hey, MK, your plan wouldn't have worked because look at the tapestry, and I point to the tapestry. You see those two people up there? Well, the gabloon and the person up there, they're in love, but you're not gonna make anybody fall in love with you if you capture them. So if you want to make the prophecy work, try and do sweet things to me.
Wink.
Wink.
Alright, oh my god.
That's okay.
Maybe listen late.
And
Prepare yourself.
maybe work on yourself a little bit.
maybe do a couple of push-ups every morning.
You just say no to that third slice of cake.
Stop smoking so much.
Stop thinking so much.
Man,
Join a gym.
listen to your mother.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh man. So he sort of takes it all in, all wide-eyed and sort of red-eyed, and he sort of nods.
I say, most of all, don't give up hope.
Baby.
Don't. There's always a chance. You just gotta believe in yourself. And then maybe the tapestry will come true. But it needs love, not just a person standing next to you.
Aww. Cue the Full House music.
Cue
Right.
Highway to Hell.
As the Goblin King slowly pulls his fleet away and starts heading back to the dry docks as you all pile into the party carriage.
I'm gonna start playing on the harp.
Which is
Highway
just
to
full
Hell.
of wrecked pygmies.
Oh yeah, wrecked pygmies, escaped ransom victims. They're all just
Defectors.
Yeah, they're gobloons. Just it's filled to the rafters, which the chandeliers and the rafters are swaying, full of pygmies and gobloons engaging in all sorts of drunken revelry.
These guys are pretty sweet.
I'm down with them.
Sis, look, you're back.
Hey guys.
Nice to meet you.
Hey.
Girl.
Excellent.
They all want automatic.
So this song comes on as you guys are riding off into the southern, southward back towards Keep Dry with the sun rising to your east.
Thanks for saving me, guys. I appreciate it, Sibs. Wait, where's Ronnie?
Oh, hey, so Ronnie's totally getting married to Princess Cupperbutt.
Really? That's great.
Oh, I know,
Oh,
right?
I'm so glad it worked out.
Totally thanks to your awesome song.
That's what that sexy priest always wanted.
I mean,
not sexy to me, but sexy to the princess. It was exactly what I
sexy is
was hoping
it's
for.
generally accepted. Generally accepted.
Yeah,
that
right.
a shirtless priest wearing just his collar
Yes.
comes shimmying up to you.
Well, hey, how are you doing, Jermaine? You look like you're having a good time there.
Yeah, no, my new little buddies are pretty sweet. It's good
Just
stuff. Good vibes.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, they're not bad for goblins, right? For weird little creatures.
These are goblins.
Aren't they?
Well, shit.
Well, half of them are goblins and half of them are pygmies.
Oh yeah, pygmies.
I have like double vision. I can't even tell.
Oh yeah.
It's the double vision of acceptance
Wow, man.
and love.
Looks like you're pretty
friendship.
faded
I don't
there.
see race. No, I really don't. I can't tell.
Okay. I mean, it's not that the colors in this rainbow are just in black and white, because my picture's in black and white. Literally, I just can't see. It's all
Oh man, what else
all the
is
shades
new?
of gray.
Oh,
Jermaine's drunk as a lord. What else is new? Hey, what's your
Wedding
name?
to go to.
I'm Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
It's been a long day saving you.
Thanks for helping to save me, man.
Thank the Lord, Bruce. I mean,
Yeah,
see? It's
whatever.
a long day.
I'm singing Highway to Hell.
All right.
I got a griffin now. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
Kind of eyeing these pygmies.
Oh, that's right.
Whoa.
Oh man.
How small is this griffin?
Like a football.
Hey, don't eat those pygmies.
Oh my god,
What, a
it's
football-sized
small.
pygmy? Big griffin?
It's the smallest griffin.
But it
Yeah.
can still, help
Well,
people get
owls
places.
can eat like cats and
Yeah,
dogs.
so,
That's more like a griffin
and it's
owl, yeah.
still righteous because I summoned him. So, Charles
Super righteous.
is really hungry.
And hey, thanks to you too, Ainsley.
Hey, no problem. I stick my head through the window because I'm riding my righteous horse
Yeah.
and
Oh, hey.
a bottle of champagne. No
Oh,
problem.
awesome.
Hey,
That's
well, you're
pretty
waiting
swell.
for your cabin to be rebuilt. Why don't you just come party and keep drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got punch.
Free up
I
punch.
brought punch.
Alright.
Yeah, Claudia, sorry about your cabin.
Yeah.
It's okay, I can
Just-
rebuild it pretty well.
That's cool. I mean, I kind of feel responsible since these guys did it on the way to save me, so I'm sorry.
Why did you totally spill the beans?
Sorry, what? Come on. Everyone knows the Goblin King doesn't smoke. God.
Well, yeah, the Globber King doesn't smoke, but the Gobloon.
Yes, I mean the
a
Gabloon.
It's totally different. No, it's totally different.
Started when he was 13, man. I don't know.
Harsh.
And hey,
He was trying to look cool, he was overcoming all those other social obstacles.
Snot bubbles.
whatever. All's well that ends well.
Indeed, and with that, congratulations. You've successfully completed this session of Scrolls and Swords.
Huzzah!